You are Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, what have I been saying in recent days? The Red Sox need to walk more. 2-out walk helping the Red Sox get on the board first against the Padres on Sunday. Red Sox never trailed, closed out their homestand with a 4-1 victory against San Diego. Leadoff walks, 2-out walks in a game, in a series, in a season. They can be backbreakers. We welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, baseball play-by-play announcer, national show host, spent time in the minors calling games in Batavia, New York, Wilmington, Delaware, Staten Island, New York, and Aberdeen, Maryland. 6 college baseball regionals for the ESPN networks over the years. Covered the inaugural World Baseball Classic as a play-by-play announcer in Tokyo, Japan, and also as a reporter in Scottsdale, Arizona, USA baseball events in Cary, North Carolina, Houston, and Minneapolis. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is, of course, free, available wherever you get your podcasts, and where Gabby Hurlbut produces in-depth Red Sox content Monday through Friday. Not only are we providing reaction, we want your reaction as well to the Red Sox 4-1 victory against the San Diego Padres on Sunday. With the win, Red Sox avoid a 4-straight loss. With the win, Red Sox avoid being swept at home at Fenway for the second time this season as well. If you're with us live on the YouTube channel, hit on the comment button and join the conversation. Maybe you want to sing the praises of Josh Winckowski. Our latest episode right here, we're going to talk about free passes, yes, but that's not all. We're going to talk about 2-out magic. We're also going to talk about Josh Winckowski and making a case for Winckowski to stay in the starting rotation, at least for the next couple of weeks. Matt Waldron, knuckleball pitcher, made the start for the Padres in the finale on Sunday, took the loss. Waldron, a pupil, you could say, of Tim Wakefield. We'll also talk about the late Tim Wakefield and his his late wife, Stacy, as well. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Tax Network USA. Did you know that it's never too late to resolve your tax issues with the IRS? Don't wait. Reduce your tax debt. Get help from a team of licensed tax professionals. Call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. Again, 1-800-549-1000. The website, tnusa.com/lockedon. So Josh Winckowski making the start for the Red Sox in the finale against the Padres on Sunday. Worked a 1-2-3 first inning. This guy talks too much about walks. Yeah, but the 2-out magic started in the bottom of the first inning thanks to Wilyer Abreu. Walked with 2 outs. That set up Rafi Devers coming to the plate with a man on. What does Rafi Devers do? Boom, home run, 2-0 Red Sox. Never trailed. Rafi, second of the series. Again, 2-out magic for the Sox. Wilyer Abreu again coming through and keeping an inning alive. Abreu, bottom of the third, 2-out single. Went first to third on a base hit by Rafi Devers. Then scored on a pass ball. Red Sox adding on. Now up 3-0. Jarren Duran. Solo home run. Duran, his second home run of the series. That made it 4-0 in the fifth inning. The Sox go on for the 4-1 victory. Bullpen did the job. Touch on that a little bit later on. But overall, the Red Sox taking care of business. 4-1 final. They never trailed in the game. And Josh Winckowski went 5 scoreless. Got helped out with a couple of double plays. Mentioned working a 1-2-3 first inning. But after that, leadoff man reached, I believe, in the next 4 innings against Winckowski. In the second, left 2 runners in scoring position. Singles to Machado and Merrill. And if you walk away from this series, okay, the Red Sox only won 1 game out of 3. Take away that you hit the Padres at the wrong time on the schedule. Cruising along, right along, okay? You take care of them in the game on Sunday. You avoid the sweep. You pick up 2 wins in 5 games, what turned out to be a 5-game homestand with a suspended game against the Blue Jays on Wednesday. But Winckowski, third inning, single, boom, erased immediately. 4-6-3 double play, 4-3 ground out. A hit batter to start the 4th inning, 6-4-3 double play, 4-3 ground out inning over. Fifth inning, single, 3-1, 5-3. Couple of ground ball outs. He had 9 total. And then Cedar Rafael, a nice catch in the outfield to retire the 5th inning. And again, as we started this a few weeks ago when the homestand was the Phillies and the Yankees, there have been a handful of times where I've said, let the starter go one more inning. Alex Cora hasn't done that. He'll do it on occasion. It may be rare. Have to accept that. Could Winckowski have gone one more inning? I think so. But 5 scoreless, right? You've heard it for decades with the analytics or without. Let a starting pitcher go out on a positive note. 5 scoreless innings, positive note. So Winckowski, 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk. Or no, 1 strikeout, no walks. And 9 ground ball outs, 58 pitches, 40 strikes. Remember, last time out was in relief, and he actually went longer in the game out of the bullpen. Last time out earlier in the week against the Blue Jays, and that was, Tuesday night in Toronto's victory, 9-4 for the Blue Jays to even up that series. And they snapped the losing streak with that. But Winckowski saved the rest of the bullpen. Next day, suspended game. Thursday, off day. So that helped the bullpen as well. But in that game, he went 91 pitches. He went 6 innings. Want to touch more on that in our next segment. But the Sox pick up the victory. Winckowski deserves to stay in the starting rotation. We'll make the case for that coming up in our next segment. But with the win, Red Sox pick it up. Again, avoid the series sweep. Close out the month of June with a victory. 20-23 at home. We don't need to hit on that. That record needs to be above 500. 44-39 overall, 5 over 500 at the end of June. 2 more home runs for the Sox. Devers, 2-run home run on the first, coming 2-out magic. Great to see. And that home run because of a 2-out walk. Great to see for the Red Sox. So the Red Sox do pick up the victory. 4-1 the final. Red Sox, for the second time this year, have hit at least 1 home run in 11 straight games. 20 total over this current stretch. Also hit at least 1 home run, 17 total in a stretch of 11 straight games back in, I think it was it mid-May? I think it was mid-May. But they pick up the win. Winckowski working that 5th inning, did you kind of yell at your TV or give yourself a little fist bump or just fist bump in the air a little bit saying, hey, Winckowski went through 5 innings. For the first time in this series, the Padres' bats didn't explode in that 5th inning. 15 of their 20 runs over the first 2 games, both lopsided wins for the Padres, coming against Pivetta and the bullpen on Friday, and Houck in the bullpen on Saturday. So he went through 5, a sigh of relief. San Diego held in check. And the Padres, again, they've got a lineup without Xander Bogaerts, without Fernando Tatis Jr., but they've just got bats up and down that lineup. Luis Ariz wants his base hits. He's going to get on base. Cronenworth can hit the ball to the park. Manny Machado, we know, can still hit the ball to the ballpark. And I don't know if I finished my thought on Jackson Merrill, but if you didn't walk away from this series watching all 3 games this weekend and saying that guy's a star, he absolutely is. Can go back on the ball in center field. I was impressed by that. This kid's a shortstop, just 21 years old. And I don't know if he moves to shortstop in the future or not. Hassan Kim for the Padres is a free agent at the end of the season. I don't know if they keep him or not, let him walk. And you've got Merrill who can move to his original position. He's a guy, I said it earlier, I think I said it on Saturday. He's a guy that the Red Sox like to draft. Athletic middle infielders that you can move to another position. He moved to center field out of the shortstop position. Is he back there in the future? It's not hyperbole. Jackson Merrill's right there with Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr. A little different of a player, but he's going to hit his home runs. Is he going to hit 30 in a season? I don't know, but he's right there with the top shortstop, the top young shortstops in baseball. Enough right there on a very good team, San Diego Padres. Devers, the home run, came on a 4-seam fastball, not a knuckleball from Matt Waldron. Devers, number 18 on the season, at least 1 home run now in 4 of his last 5 games, and that stretch on this just completed homestand. But Rafi Devers, again, closing in a couple of milestones. Now has 190 big league home runs. And what do you have? 2 more hits? 2 hits for Devers? Let's get it up there. Devers, 2 hits. The 2-run home run in the ball game. So he's closing in now 995 career hits. So he's closing in on that milestone as well, and he'll reach that in the coming days. But the Sox do pick up the victory, and the walks 3. But the 2-out walk in the very first inning, getting the Sox offense going. That was important on this day With Winckowski on the mound, he took the mound in the second with a 2-0 lead. Little breathing room. What does he do for you? 5 scoreless. Did he have runners on base after the first inning over the next 4? Yes, he did. But he was also helped out with 2 double plays. Kept the ball on the ground against a team who likes to elevate the baseball. Right? I mean, they had 6 home runs over the previous 2 games. But the Red Sox looked it up finally. 2 walks Friday, offense. 2 walks Friday, 2 walks Saturday, 3 on Sunday. Right? Now, the last 10 games, 2 walks or less, 6 times in a 10-game period. And I know I'm harping on walks. To me right now, it's a trend. And I can tie it into the Yankee series because there are a handful of games during the month of June for the Red Sox where they walked 5 or more times, but they ended up losing the games. But with that Yankee series, they walked 7 times in losing the opener a couple of Fridays ago, right? But over the course of that series, they walked 18 times total. They wore down the Yankees' pitching staff. I don't think a single starter in that series against the Yankees, who you play next week in the Bronx, not a single starter went a full 5 innings. Heel did not go a full 5 innings, and he's stumbled here of late. But the walks not only help you with an inning to keep an inning alive, like Wilyer Abreu did in the first inning on Sunday, but they also allow you to get into the bullpen, maybe in the series opener, definitely in games 2 and 3. Winckowski, I believe, is deserving of another opportunity in the starting rotation. I mentioned Matt Waldron. We're going to talk Tim Wakefield as well when we continue. Red Sox with a win on Sunday. Avoid the series sweep. And our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, you against the numbers. It's that simple. Just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks. With as little as 4 correct picks, you can turn $10 into $1,000. With the finals over, hoops action does not stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball still heating up with stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, looking to make names for themselves along with a couple of the greats all-time in the WNBA, Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson. You could win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. And, of course, we do remind you by supporting us, by supporting our sponsors, you are also sponsoring us and supporting us as well. Locked On Red Sox Postcast also brought to you by Tax Network USA. Here on the Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we do pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or the playoffs. It is year-round. We know that. You know what else is year-round? Collection season. Yes. Just because tax season is over does not mean the IRS is going to stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience, plus an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or if you have finally hit that parlay this season and you need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit the website tnusa.com/lockedon. Be sure to mention the Locked On Red Sox postcast. At checkout, you will receive a $250 discount off of their services. Again, the phone number, 1-800-1000, or visit the website tnusa.com/lockedon. Mention the Locked On Red Sox postcast at checkout and receive a $250 discount off of their services. So Josh Winckowski gets the start for the Red Sox on Sunday. Red Sox need a win. Reeling? No. In a bit of a funk, hitting a bump in the road? Yeah, you can say that. Winckowski making his first start for the Red Sox since May on Sunday. 5 scoreless innings. So you look at it going forward, off day tomorrow. So everyone can be bumped back a day. Get an extra day's rest. Right now, the way it lines up for the Red Sox, Tanner Houck gets the ball game 1 against the Yankees in the Bronx next Friday night. That's what you want, 100%. So you've got Crawford, Bayo, Pivetta lined up for the Miami series. We'll touch on the Marlins series coming up in our final segment, along with our numbers of the day. But Josh Winckowski belongs there right now. 6 innings in relief earlier in the week against the Blue Jays, saved the rest of the bullpen in what turned out to be a loss. Gave you 5 scoreless today. Bayo right now, I said, trip to the bullpen after his last outing or a trip to the minors. Well, they went a different route. They pushed him back a few days. Bayo's start in Miami on Wednesday is a big start. Not putting the weight of the world on his shoulders, not putting it all in his lap, but that's a big start for Brayan Bello. You've got an off day Monday, tomorrow in Miami. Then you play 6 in a row. Then you have an off day at home. Then you have Oakland and Kansas City to wrap up before the All-Star break. So you can sort of tinker here with 2 off days in the next 14 days, and you can set guys up. Tanner Houck goes next Friday likely, probable starting pitcher, and then you get into Tanner Houck making one more start before the All-Star break. And if you line it up, he's probably going to be right on the mark to start or at least get an inning and be able to pitch in that All-Star game in Arlington, Texas in a few weeks. Am I getting ahead of myself? Yeah, I am. But I'm kind of talking right now and being confident and saying that Tanner Houck is going to be an American League All-Star, and he's going to be part of the pitching staff. But coming out of the All-Star break, you also have an opportunity to set things up as well. So Bayo pitching on Wednesday, scheduled to pitch Wednesday against the Marlins in Miami. He would be scheduled to go one more time in the next home series in the homestand against the A's and the Royals. Where you place him in there, we don't know yet. You've got an off day in there. But Winckowski right now, where you can fit him in, Cooper Criswell, I think also on high alert in the minors to get an opportunity here. And Tom Jarren, Will Middlebrooks, first Nesson mention and reference as well. Dave O'Brien getting the weekend off on Nesson, Friday, Apple TV, Mike Monaco, Nesson, Saturday, Tom Jarren, TC on Sunday. But they talked about, hey, Tanner Houck has already thrown a lot of innings, well over 100 innings. You do need him in the second half of the season. Pivetta, another guy. With the off days that they've had recently, it sets up where Cooper Criswell ends up going to the minor leagues. But Winckowski got the start, extended him in relief earlier in the week against the Blue Jays, gave you 5 scoreless. Could he have gone another inning? Yes, but Alex Cora knows a hell of a lot more about his team, his pitching staff, than I do. Numbers dictate 5 innings, leave on a good note, leave on a positive, you're done. You gave us 5, the bullpen will go the rest of the way. And the bullpen did a nice job. Slayton gave up a run, but that was it. That was it. But Winckowski is absolutely deserving of getting another opportunity. Worked with a lead, 2-0 after 1, shutdown inning in the second. 5 scoreless. Absolutely deserving. So let's move on because, any day that you can mention the late Tim Wakefield and his late wife, Stacy, as well, it's a good day, right? So Matt Waldron, a nice storyline for the Padres. He's pitched well this season. By the way, Waldron giving up a couple of home runs. He'd only allowed a home run, 1 home run total in his previous 8 outings. Gave up 2 and taking the loss against the Red Sox on Sunday. But over the last couple of days and even leading into the series, Waldron scheduled starter for the finale on Sunday. The ties to Tim Wakefield. And yet, more stories about Tim Wakefield that just talks to his character, talks to the man that he was. So a few years ago via Zoom, Waldron and Wakefield, Matt Waldron, Tim Wakefield, line up because Waldron's in the minor leagues. And one of the quotes coming into a start on Sunday was, I want to honor him, His first pitch of the game was a knuckleball. He does throw the knuckleball, I think, well over 30%, but he's not like Wakefield. He throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Batting practice, BP fastball, if that's what you want to call it. Devers' home run was on a fastball. I think it was at 90. But Waldron quoted this weekend in different articles and basically saying the first conversation that we ever had over Zoom, by the way, it was 2 hours long. You wouldn't think Tim Wakefield would go a short time, right? He gave his time to a young man. And Waldron said that first conversation we had via Zoom that, again, went 2 hours, it was an important time during his development as a knuckleball pitcher. And when Wakefield saw him actually throw the knuckleball, he was surprised. That's what Tom Caron and Will Middlebrook shared on the Nesson broadcast today. Wakefield was like, hey, this guy's coming along with this pitch. He can throw this pitch in the big leagues. So again, it talks to Tim Wakefield. And anytime you can talk about Tim Wakefield and his late wife, Stacy, the impact that they have present day and well into the future. Anytime we can tip our cap, mention the two and their children, it's a good day. And we do it here. Matt Waldron, you got to root for the guy. Grew up a Red Sox fan. Why? Again, this is something that Tom Caron and Will Middlebrook shared on Sunday on the Nesson broadcast. Grew up a Red Sox fan simply because his brother was also a Red Sox fan as well. Numbers of the night. What's on top? We look ahead to the Marlins series when we continue. Red Sox do pick up the victory again by supporting our sponsors. You are supporting us as well. Right here on our Locked On Red Sox postcast as the Red Sox do pick up the victory against the San Diego Padres. Locked On Red Sox postcast, part of the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, and we are available anywhere you get your podcasts as well. We are sponsored by FanDuel. Hey, I love sports. I love them so much I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games, and the sports, they're just not sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the FanDuel app. Dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers, new and veteran customers, with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/LockedOn and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Right now, FanDuel has the Red Sox at plus 6,000 to win the World Series. Rafael Devers was plus 235 to hit a home run on Sunday. He was minus 320 to record at least one hit. Winner, winner, Rafael Devers on Sunday. Again, visit the website, FanDuel.com/LockedOn, and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, once again, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. All right, getting into it, numbers of the night. We've got a handful. Yeah, we do. We always do, right? It's baseball. As Billy Chappell once said to Jane, for love of the game, it's baseball. We count everything in baseball. So the month is over. June is over. And a successful month of June for the Red Sox. 5 over. 5, 15. 15 and 10 in the month of June. 2 home runs on Sunday. Devers and Duran both going deep. 34 home runs in the month of June. And for the second time this year, the Red Sox have hit at least one homer in 11 straight games. And they have 20 home runs now over this current 11-game stretch. One more for you, all right? Because I like this one. We talked about walks for the Red Sox offense, right? How about walks for the Red Sox pitchers? How many Sunday? Want to come up with that number? Want to look at the box score? Yeah, I'll give it to you. 0. Winckowski, Bernardino, Slayton, Martin, Jansen. 0. 0 walks allowed. How many times have they done that this season, you may ask? Yeah, I got the number. The number is 8. 8 times this year with no walks. By the way, they did it last Sunday in Cincinnati when it was a bullpen day. They do it in back-to-back Sundays. Sunday victory against the Padres. Red Sox are able to avoid the series sweep. Let's see if I can find this one real quick because it is an ugly one. Yeah, Red Sox had runners on base, 4 runs, but again, a trend. During that Toronto Cincinnati road trip a week ago, struggling with runners in scoring position. Red Sox could have added on more, especially against the team against the Padres. Led 4-0. Will Middlebrooks even alluded to it on the Nesson broadcast. That's a big run right there. Add on. They did. 2-0 lead after one. They added on a couple more runs. But they went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Let's not let that continue during this upcoming series in Miami. Because I'm going to tell you why in just a moment. Kenley Jansen worked the ninth inning. 1-2-3. Went down the Padres. Jansen the save. The 436 of his big league career and his 16th this season. So let's look ahead. 2-3 homestand. Again, suspended game will be made up against the Blue Jays when they're at Fenway coming up later on after the All-Star break. The Marlins. I'm not scoreboard watching, but I'm going to take a look at it. Marlins fall to the Phillies 7-6. So with that, the Phillies avoid losing a home series against the Marlins. That series 2-2. Marlins now go home, open up a 3-game series, host the Red Sox Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. July 4 holiday, I believe, is 1 o'clock start time somewhere in there. The Marlins are now 29-54 on the season. Opened up March, April, 7-24 record. Had a winning month of May at 14-13, losing month of June. And it wasn't even close. They really fell off. But here's one for the Marlins for you. Crawford, Bayo, Pivetta, the 3 starters that are scheduled to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I did not get the Marlins left-right. I don't know. Valente, Balazzo, Trevor Rogers, Kyle Tyler. I didn't see left-right on those 3 guys, but they're expected to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against the Red Sox. So 29-54 record for the Marlins, right? 16-27 mark at home. But just pay attention to this one. This is a team that's well below 500, but they have 8 extra inning wins this season. Half of their victories at home this year, 8 of their 16 wins this season at home in walk-off fashion. So Kenley Jansen, be ready to go. Kenley has been terrific. Just 1 blown save, I believe, on the entire season. So I believe 16 for 17. But this is a Marlins team. If you can get them down early, step on their neck and keep adding on. Because they have 8 walk-off victories this season at home in Miami. So that's the upcoming series. 3 in Miami and then 3 in New York, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the upcoming week. The Yankees did manage to win on Sunday against the Blue Jays in Toronto, so they close out that series with a split of that 4-game set. But the Yankees are still, you know what, you just want to attack their pitching. You want to be into their bullpen as early as you can be from night one. We'll talk about that during the course of the week. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast follows each and every Red Sox game all season long. We do thank you for making Locked On Red Sox your number one listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, with the Locked On Boston and Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Of course, we are a big part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Red Sox close out the month of June. They close out their homestand with a victory 4-1 against the Padres on Sunday. And with the win, they avoid being swept by San Diego. 4 series and 12 games left before the All-Star break. Off day on Monday, 1st of 3 against the Marlins in Miami on Tuesday night. And we do remind you we are going to be live within minutes of the last out Tuesday night in Miami with our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Sports Boston is the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team every day.